Here we are, and I'm going to start the music right now. Let's get this countdown clock going, Sherry.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday!
It's your
It's your
day.
day, somebody.
Celebrating you in this special
Special way.
Party shine, laugh and smile.
Smile.
We're celebrating you in style.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is, what day is it today? Oh my goodness gracious. It's
Tuesday.
August 12th, Tuesday. Welcome, Sherry M. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you doing, Bonnie?
I'm okay. You excited about our birthday list today?
Always.
Shall we? Always, I like that. Do you see I'm wearing a different color than
I
usual?
love the color. It goes well with our background.
Thank you.
In
And
fact, I went plain white to make you stand out more.
you're thank you. I like to be the stand out in the crowd. What do they say? Outstanding in her field? Yeah, come on inside. Okay, enough with the jokes. Let me start our opening here. It's time to cheer, to toast, to woo. It's August 12th. Happy birthday to you and you and you. With Bonnie D on her scarlet mic serving up fame and flair with just the right spike. And joining me now with co-hosting flair is the beautiful Sherry M with charm to spare. We're announcing celebs and stars from screen to stream. I always wonder if that's a tongue twister. And social media darlings living their dream. They're probably so young they didn't know it was their dream. They just decided to do it. Plus oddball holidays and music history lore. Let's light the candles. Watch out for the computer. And happy wishes galore. So buckle up, darlings. A fun show is in store. HB2U is lighting up August 12th with glam, bam, and more. Let's get started here. So I'm going to start off the music history events, Sherry, in 1957. I don't know if you remember this, but Johnny Mathis
It was
released.
it's pre my birth, so no.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you must have heard about this. Johnny Mathis released his first number one single, Chances Are. I can't do a good Johnny Mathis, but that set the tone for so many teenagers in their parents' basements doing what they weren't supposed to have anybody know that they were doing, but everybody knew it anyway. Rescue me here, Sherry. What's the next one? It's out of order. Age white,
In
you're white.
1953, the four lads record Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Do you know that song?
No, I
Is
don't. Well, maybe I
Istan
do, but
Istanbul, not Constantinople, da 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 da. Oh, that I should have put that before 1957. Anyway, 1967, Fleetwood Mac, everybody knows Fleetwood Mac, made their stage debut at the National Jazz and Blues Festival in Windsor, England. Interesting, it was national, but it was in the UK. And on stage with them were Donovan and Cream and a young lady named Christine Perfect. And she later became Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac. How
yeah.
about that? What's next?
In 82, the performance video exhibition opened at the New York City's Museum of Modern Art, exploring how musicians present their work in the shallow focal area directly in front of the video camera. And it includes music videos for Mickey. Everybody knows Mickey, I think.
Yes?
You want to sing a few bars for us?
No, I don't.
By
Thank you very
Tony
much.
Basil and Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads.
Do you want to sing Mickey for us?
No.
I don't remember how it goes. You want to hum a few bars?
Is that, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so
Yes.
Is that
See,
it?
I got you to sing. I got you to sing. See, I really didn't remember. 1984, Lionel Richie performed all night long with special lyrics at the LA Summer Olympics closing ceremony. And there were some backup dancers, and one of them was a young, and he pronounces his name Cuba Gooding Jr. He was a dancer.
That
Did you know
is
that?
crazy.
Is
That is
that?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 89, the Rolling Stones play a surprise at the 700 capacity Toad's Place in New Haven, Connecticut, 19 days before the official start of their Steel Wheels tour.
1989. Wow. And Mick Jagger's still going strong. And Keith
Yes.
Richards too. 1994, we're moving ahead. Woodstock 2, aka Woodstock 94, begins in Saugerties, New York. Sheryl Crow, Todd Rundgren, and the Violent Femmes were performing, and the crowd drew 350,000 people to Woodstock 94. Interesting.
It's insane.
Yep, I know.
In 1997, MTV debuts a Fleetwood Mac again reunion concert, The Dance, the first time the five were on stage since '82.
My goodness. And 97, the same day, the same year, August 12th, the Backstreet Boys issued their debut album called Backstreet Boys in the US, where it sold over 14 million copies.
And in 2023 at Yankee Stadium, New York, Jonas Brothers kick off their 5 albums, one night tour with a 66 song set list.
That's a lot
That's
of
a
songs.
lot.
That is a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, I remember when I was emceeing and I was the drummer for a Motown band when I was living in North Carolina, local. We played for our community. And I remember one day I had to play 37 songs. That was 2 sets for the band, plus I had my own Latin band at the break. And we did 2 shows. So I ended up drumming on 37 or 47 songs that day with a 2 hour break in between shows. But 66 songs, that's a lot.
How long does that take? You don't know, do you?
What, 66 song list? No, I
Yeah.
don't. I don't, but we can look it up. We can find that for next time you're on. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that again. Okay, famous birthdays. It's time. George Hamilton is 85 years old.
I
Mr.
can't believe he's 85.
I know. He just looks perpetual. He began his film and TV career in 1958, but he's most famous for Debonair, Perpetual Suntan, and he did commercials for Ritz
Suntan.
crackers. I didn't know that. And
I didn't know
Bo
that either.
Yeah, and Bo Derek wrote in her autobiography, I didn't even know she had one. There was an ongoing contest between John Derek, married to Bo, I think it was her father, and George Hamilton about who had the most tan. Oh my goodness gracious. George Hamilton's first roles on TV were The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin, The Donna Reed Show, and
Really?
yes, and
Wow.
Cimarron City. He was cast by MGM in the movie All the Fine Young Cannibals with Natalie Wood, the late beautiful, and Robert Wagner's still alive and kicking, I understand. That was 1960. And he was in one of the beach party comedies, Where the Boys Are. Connie Francis
Yeah.
just passed away. That was her song. In the comic strip Doonesbury, everybody knows that. Hamilton, George Hamilton, is the namesake of the fictional George Hamilton Cocoa Butter Open, the Le Mans of professional tanning circuit.
Wow. Okay, that's unique.
And Tan Master Hamilton is the idol of the character Zonker Harris, who competes on the tanning circuit. I'm sorry. Okay, rescue us. Who's next, Sherry?
That's a lot of trivia. Dana Ivey, she's 84 today. She's the actress that played in The Addams Family and also The Color Purple. On film, she's acted in The Color Purple, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, The Addams Family in '91, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, which I didn't realize, in 1992, Sleepless in Seattle, another one of my faves, 1993, Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde in 2003. These are all great movies.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 3 in 2007, and The Help in 2011. But she's also been on television. She was in Frasier, Sex and the City, Boardwalk Empire, Ugly Betty, Monk, and The Big C. And I didn't know this. Her mother was Mary Nell. She was considered by John Huston to be one of the 3 or 4 greatest actresses in the world.
Did not know that
Maybe we
either.
need to look her up.
Yeah, Mary Nell. And John Huston was Angelica Huston's father,
Right,
I believe, right?
right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a famous acting family. Okay, Peter Krause is 60. I know him because I was a big fan of a show called The Catch 2016 and 17, and that's how I found out about him. Actor, director, producer. He played Casey McCall on Sports Night from 1998 to 2000, Nate Fisher on 6 Feet Under, Nick George on Dirty Sexy Money, Adam Braverman or Braverman on Parenthood, and Benjamin Jones on The Catch, and Bobby Nash on 911. Interesting, Sherry, before he was famous as a teenager, he was active in track and field and gymnastics. He was a pre-med student at Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter until he discovered acting in his junior year and he said, "Well, that's it for pre-med. I'm going to go become an English lit major and I'm going to become an actor." And he did, and he's really cute.
And
Really
he
cute.
never looked back and regretted that, I'm sure.
I don't think so. Not with that list of credits. So who's next?
Casey Affleck, and I do love him. He doesn't get as much recognition in the press, I don't think, as his brother.
Ben.
But he was born Caleb Casey McGuire Affleck Bolt, the younger brother of Ben Affleck, of course. He was a child actor appearing in PBS television film Lemon Sky in '88. And later in 3 Gus Van Sant films, To Die For, Good Will Hunting, Jerry in 2002, and Steven Soderbergh's Oceans film series, which was 2001 to 2007. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor Oscar for playing Robert Ford, sorry, Robert Ford, in the Western drama, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, and starred in his brother's crime drama, Gone Baby Gone. That
Oh
was a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
In 2023, he played Boris Pash in the biographical thriller Oppenheimer. Phenomenal movie. Got to watch it if you haven't.
Okay.
His highest growing release. And then in 2016, Affleck starred in the drama Manchester by the Sea, which is another one of my favorites if you haven't seen it. And he won the Academy Award then for Best Actor. Pre-fame, this is interesting because I did wonder, how did these guys, I always wonder, how did they get started? How did they get their fame? But he and his brother Ben were encouraged to make their own home movies, and appeared in Cambridge, Mass. Weather commercials and as film extras via their mother's friend, a casting director, Patty Collins. He worked as a busboy, studied politics, went to George Washington University and then Columbia University, but left before graduation, of course, to start his acting career.
Sounds like Peter Krause. They were set to do something else and they left to become actors. Interesting.
Listen, if someone knocks on my door and says, "Hey, you've got talent, let's go. You want to try acting?" I'm all in.
I need to get a sound effect for knocking. Let me see if I have any door
Yeah.
knocking sound effects here, Sherry. Hold on. I have a keyboard typing. Let me turn the sound on here. Keyboard typing for sure. Yeah, and then we have a gasp. And then we have a bird singing. Here we go. Well, that's not
That's it.
exactly that's a fancy
No, but
doorbell. They're
it's
ringing, ringing.
magical doorbell. If
There
someone
you go.
rings my doorbell, I'm in.
Michael Ian Black is 54 today. He's an actor comedian who starred in Ed and Wet Hot American Summer and he's now on CNN's Have I Got News for You, which is
Oh,
an interesting
yeah.
Saturday night show coming back for I think season 3 with Amber Ruffin and Roy Wood Jr. And they discuss politics of the week with on 2 teams. Roy Wood is the MC and Amber has a guest co-panelist and Michael Ian Black has one and it's edgy, it's interesting, and it's irreverent. So that's how I know
Oh,
Michael Ian.
irreverent. Okay, now
Very,
you got me.
very
Now I'm
irreverent.
hooked.
Yeah, yeah, I know. So,
Okay, Mark Knopfler,
yep.
age 76. I don't know them, I don't think. He's a singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He was in Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing.
And the reason he's in there is because a lot of people know who Dire Straits is. And then we
Right.
have Sir Mix-a-Lot, who is a rapper, and his song was Baby Got Back. I've heard that phrase many times, and he's 62. Let's go to our social media stars on YouTube. We have a birthday gentleman, a boy, whose real name is Clay. They only give one name for him, and his name he goes by on YouTube is Dream, just the word Dream. He's 26, happy birthday, and he has more than 1 million subscribers. He posts Minecraft content. He's known worldwide for his Minecraft manhunt, where he tries to beat the game while being hunted by other players. He's also a musician. He's a co-founder of the Dream SMP, a Minecraft server where creators role play and create
Yes,
storylines. I'm
that
sure
I've heard
that's
of. Yeah.
okay. And he kept his face hidden for years, Sherry, using only a smiley face mask. That's the only thing people knew, and eventually he did. Now, here's the
Smart.
interesting part. Here's why he's on our birthday list. As of 2 years ago, August 12th, 2023, his 7 YouTube channels, he has 7 channels, collectively reached 42.91 million subscribers and 3.94 billion views. I said billion with a B. And his 2 Twitch channels together had just under 7 million followers. YouTube awarded him the Streamy Award for Gaming in 2020, 2021, and 2023. Happy birthday to Clay, aka Dream. Can you imagine 3.94 billion? I can't even imagine
Now,
1
are
billion.
all the videos that he does, are they all featuring him, or does he like do videos for other
I
characters, I
don't
wonder?
know. It
I'm gonna
says
look him up.
Minecraft content.
We
Look up
always watch
Dream.
Preston Plays. That's what the kids are into.
Yeah, look up Dream.
I
Dream.
will. I
Okay.
will.
Yeah, and hope we got on TikTok today.
TikTok, Dixie D'Amelio. It's a she, of course, age 24. She has 54.8 million followers and 963.2 million likes. She's a singer who posts her music and lifestyle videos. Also, 6.5 million on YouTube and 25 million on Instagram. Hmm. In 2022, she launched the Emilio Brands, a skincare line, women's shoes, and fan merchandise company. I have not heard of her.
Happy birthday, Dixie. We'll have to go look her up. I want to see what her shoes
Yeah,
look like. And on
same.
Instagram, we've got another birthday gal named Daisy Keech, Keech. She is 26. She has 5 million subscribers. She posts athletic modeling content and ab workouts. I think I'm ready for one of those. She has 3.3 million followers on TikTok. She's known as the co-founder of Hype, HYPE House, an LA-based group of teens who make TikToks. She moved out of the house, left the group, and her bio on Instagram says she has I can't even say this, but I'll have
The
to. The
first
first,
certified real booty.
yes. And an entire Instagram account is dedicated to her butt. And it's her handle is at Keech Peach, KeechPeach. She got
Daisy, flaunt it while you've got it.
she got a doctor to prove that her butt was real, and she filmed it for fans. So happy birthday, Daisy. I had to put this in there. We've got some holidays here. How many holidays? We got two holidays. So let's start the first one. These are interesting. First one is National Vinyl Record Day. Do you still have any vinyls in your house, Sherry?
John collects vinyls. We have a whole, I don't even know how many, hundreds and hundreds of pieces of vinyl
I still have,
and
I think, a box of
turntables.
albums. Yeah, I have one, a micro Seiki with the big plastic cover on it. In 1987, the earliest known sound record, 1857, the earliest known sound recording device called the phonautograph, PHONAUTOGRAPH, which records elements of sound through thin lines traced on smoke blackened paper or glass, was
Interesting.
created by U.S. inventor Edouard Léon Scott de Martinville. He sounds French, but he was
Yeah,
in the US.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And
And
what's
in
next?
87, Thomas Edison conceived the idea for a device to record and reproduce telephone messages while working on an improved telephone. The first working model of Edison's phonograph, a device that recorded and played back sound, was invented and was demonstrated in November 1877. That's crazy. And the patent application was filed on December 24th, 1877.
And
Crazy
two,
that these things have been around for so long,
I
right?
know, in 1889, which was 22 years, no, 12 years later, okay, the first phonograph parlor opens featuring a row of coin-operated phonographs.
That's pretty cool.
Kids, a phonograph is a record player, in case you're
Right.
wondering. And a record player is when you use vinyl for the records and not a CD player or not a cassette player and not Pandora on your phone or your tablet. So yes, phonograph parlor. So it must have been almost like the automat, Sherry, where they used to have automats where they had food, um, uh,
Yeah.
hardened automats, and you had food in little glass windows, and you'd put money
Yeah, I
in, and
remember
you
those.
take
Yeah.
the pie out or whatever the food
I'm
was. You
going to
go
look
there.
that up because I have not heard of these
Yeah.
coin operated phonographs.
And
And
we
that
have,
feels early to me too.
yeah,
1890s, the first vinyl, aka phonograph record, as Bonnie just explained, was invented by Emil Berliner.
1895. We're crawling along here. The early record players were available, but soon radio became more popular. Oh, well, go ahead.
In 1909, the very first music collection, aka album, is Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite, released in April as a 4 disc set by Odeon Records.
My goodness. And in 1962, we're moving ahead quickly here. The first cassette was released and it gave vinyl competition, stiff competition.
Where's the 8 track in this?
I don't know. It wasn't in my history book.
It
Okay.
had to be before the cassette. Anyway, in 69, the Beatles released the most iconic album cover for Abbey Road on September 26th.
1974, CD development began. That's compact disc, which drained the vinyl market in 1988.
And then 88 to 91, vinyl sales continued to decline. Only collectors and audiophiles stay loyal. Except today, there's a resurgence. Some art, well,
Yeah,
as you mentioned, we were talking earlier, Taylor Swift's new album came out on vinyl as a collector's piece
vinyl and cassettes.
and
That's her
cassette.
12th album, and it was announced on the 12th day of August, which is today, at 12:12 a.m. on the Kelsey and Travis, yes, on their podcast. So they said there's a lot of Easter eggs in there. So let's move on. Today is also National IBM PC Day. This is your holiday. Why don't you start this one off?
This is so interesting. Late 1800s, Herman Hollerworth founded the Computing, Tabulating, and Recording Company, which is a lot, which later became IBM, which stands for International Business Machines. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know that anymore.
I didn't know there was a Herman Hollerith because when
I
I was coding on a Xerox Sigma 6 CP5 mainframe in COBOL back in the day, I won't tell you when, the 80 column card we key punched on was called the Hollerith card.
really,
So that comes from Herman
yeah,
Hollowith.
yeah,
And then let's go to just before the 1980s. We moved ahead a century here. IBM only provided mini computers for business computer systems.
that's right.
They soon saw Apple, what's that? Commodore, what's that? Tandy, what's that? IBM customers, Texas Instruments, Hewlett Packard, Data General, were starting to buy Apple computers. So what did IBM do? It started to develop its first PC. Got to get in the game, right, Sherry?
Yeah. And then in 81, IBM released its first personal computer model 5150, priced starting at $1,565. The prices haven't changed that much. The first microcomputer in the model line. It was created in 12 months in Boca Raton, Florida, by a team of designers and engineers led by Don Estridge, using its existing off-the-shelf components. The design strategy was kept totally secret. The PC 5150 had a configuration of 16 kilobytes of RAM, no disk drives, and a color graphic adapter. The microcomputer was a runaway success for small businesses and opened the era of personal computers.
And in 1984, the PC market gave IBM $4 billion in revenue, which outpaced Apple, which only had half of that. So there you go. So PCs were the rage in 1984. And what's our last note here?
On April 23rd, the latest IBM PCI 7.4 was released.
There you go. Do you use PC? Or are you an Apple girl, I should say?
I'm an Apple girl, but in business, we always had PCs. I think they felt they were cheaper.
Yep.
They were less expensive. There was different models you could get,
Yep.
and you could save money. And then there was probably some good deals made with businesses.
My first computer was a Mac, and I remember going to a whatever store was near me on Long Island, and my parents loaned me money, and I wanted to start being a graphic designer. And Sherry, I bought a desktop Mac and a black and white printer, and the price tag with I think it was a year of what are they insurance or whatever they have on
Oh
those,
yeah, an additional year
guaranteed.
of coverage.
The whole thing came to $12,000.
Yeah,
This was 1988, $12,000.
yeah,
So I'm a Mac girl all the way. But along the way, several companies I worked for required me to use a PC. They gave me
yeah.
a laptop. So I had to learn to do the Windows system instead of or in addition to the Mac. And I still have a lot of Macs floating around my house. They're desk keepers and they're bookends and they're very, very interesting. But we're into Big Macs now and not the kind with the relish and the buns. Sherry, this has been real. Let me get the music going. Let's wave goodbye and we will see you again soon.
Bye, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your day.
Your day.
We're celebrating you in this
Special way.
Party shine,
Shine.
laugh and smile.
Smile.
We're celebrating you in style.
Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Thank you, Sherry. I'll see you again soon. Wave
Thanks,
goodbye.
bye.